Sapari Solutions. I'm Nettie Owens, and I'm the creator of the Take Control System. I'm a certified professional organizer in chronic disorganization, and I'm bringing you your daily organizing, time management, productivity, and systems tip. We are still working through these fabulous cards and questions, but stick around because I actually have a question for you at the end. So be sure to stay on. All right, let's see what we have here. No, I think we did, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. My goodness, filing comes up in a lot of these questions. So we'll go ahead and touch on filing. I think we talked about it a little bit before. Actually, I think the question was paperwork, but this one is specifically filing. So we're going to talk about filing today. Filing is actually not something that I prioritize very highly, because I always ask the question before we begin of whether or not that item needs to be kept at all. So that should be your first question. Should you be keeping this particular thing at all? Because if you do, you have the process of determining where it goes, putting it in that place, and then maintaining the space for it, and maintaining your filing system. So the things that you hold on to should be absolutely of the utmost importance, that you're definitely going to go back to and must keep. Everything else can be put into a temporary kind of a system. The kinds of projects that you're working on should be easily accessible and at your fingertips if you're using them every day. So filing, a traditional file cabinet, is for things that you must retain, right, for either reference or because of tax purposes or things like that. So I think of 3 different levels in your filing. Number 1 is the stuff that you're using all the time, every day, and it actually doesn't go into a file cabinet, but it's going to be either on your desktop in a vertical file bin, in binders or folders or things that you're able to pick up and take with you or grab as you work on each next project. So that's the everyday tasks and the high priority items. Number 2 are things that you are keeping for reference. And your filing system doesn't matter so much except for a couple key points. You can use an alphabetical filing system, you can use a themed filing system, and either way is fine, but keep in mind, you should not make your filing system so complex that it takes more time to put the files in it than would ever be needed to retrieve them and use them. It could take you up to 2 minutes to locate the file, flip through the pages, and pull out what you're looking for. So you don't need a file folder for every bill every month. What you're looking for is all the bills to all be in one particular place. Okay, you can refine your system way too much, and that's a sticking point for a lot of people because then it becomes really hard to maintain it. So that's number 2 is to create a filing system that is either alphabetical or grouped by larger categories, but that they're not so refined that it stops you from using it. And then number 3 is file storage, and that is filing that you must hold on to, like taxes and other, maybe even medical documentation, employee records, things like that, that you must hold on to for a certain period of time. It does not and should not be integrated with the rest of the things that you're using on a regular basis, because the chances that you're going to be going back to use it or look for it are only in the case that you get audited, right? So that's the time that we move to an offsite storage or a back closet or somewhere totally out of the way. If you have very specific filing questions, I'd love to hear them. There are certainly a number of different ways that you can do it, but my biggest recommendation is that you keep it simple and broad enough that it's easy to use. So, keep all the file tabs on the same side, make all the file folders the same color, and pick very broad categories, because as long as the groups of things are together and easy to find together, it's much better than a lot of paperwork all over the place that you don't put into your filing system because it's too hard to use, right? So that's what we want to avoid. But do post your questions below. I'd love to hear if there's something very specific about filing that you'd like to see answered. Now, my question for you is this. I've asked before if you have any organizing questions that you'd like answered, and I'd absolutely love to hear them because I want to keep these daily tips coming, but I want to make sure that they're relevant to you. So that's the first thing that I want to ask. The second thing that I want to ask is, if these messages are really truly speaking to you and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, you know, that filing tip, that's what I wanted to hear, or I needed to know about what to do when I or myself have ADHD in the workplace, or some of the other things that we've talked about, boundaries and your space and how it affects you. If these topics are relevant to you and you feel like they're really speaking to you, I am looking for either corporations or other agencies, professional groups who are looking to receive training on these topics. And if that's something that you have access to, please reach out and contact me because I would love to serve you in that way. You can reach out by phone, 443-904-5412, or by email, info@saparisolutions.com, or by going to my website and connecting with me there, and that's saparisolutions.com. Thank you so much for connecting with me here and watching these daily tips, and I look forward to coming back and talking to you tomorrow. Again, my name is Nettie Owens with Sapari Solutions Professional Organizing, helping you create an environment that supports who you are, what you're doing, and where you're going. Bye.